we are
They're so good.
going
When
into
they
the title
spar,
fights.
it's like war.
And our first title fight is a featherweight boxing bout.
They were sparring before.
5 2-minute rounds.
And then one of them got
Introducing from the
annoyed.
red corner, fighting out of UMMA Combat, Qais Ahmed.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so we are now into our final boxing match of the evening. So this is a title fight. So our final boxing fight, we have Qais Ahmed from UMMA making his way into the cage.
There's been 5 2-minute rounds, boxing title fight. This would be the second boxing fight of the night?
The fourth. Fourth.
Oh, really? Okay.
Fourth boxing fight. It's hard to keep up when you're chopping and changing rule sets, but again, there's not many shows where you get to see there's different rule sets in play. There's kind of hybrid shows.
So in the commentary booth we have Shoaib Youssef, future UFC fighter. He's would have made his debut on the Dana White's Contender Series back this summer, but unfortunately Youssef sustained an injury. He's joining us in the commentary booth.
Please welcome to the cage his opponent, fighting out the blue corner representing Cage Fit Gyms, Alfie Powell.
How are you finding the event, Youssef? Shoaib, sorry.
The event's amazing. There's a lot of people here. I've fought on a lot of amateur shows up and down the country, but this event is amazing and it's packed out. It's very, very busy.
Yeah. I mean, it's great to see, like, me and Ben were saying earlier, like, the hybrid shows. I've seen it up north as well, where they have cage boxing, K1. You know, the last UMMA show, there was actually a no-holds-barred fight at the end. And we actually had a lad from Bradford fight here. There was headbutts involved. You know, these guys are changing the scope of hybrid combat sports. Are you a fan of that yourself?
Yeah, of course. Obviously, I fight MMA, but I've always been a fan of every combat sport, boxing, the kickboxing. So I think it's interesting to watch all the disciplines as well, not just the MMA fights.
There's been some great shows. There's been some last-minute step-ins as well. How important are last-minute step-ins to save fights and not just fight cards?
Yeah, I think there's been a lot of local lads fighting, and obviously, if the lads that didn't step up to fight, it'd be a problem. But respect to the lads as well. It's not easy stepping up on short notice to take a fight.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And going back to yourself, in terms of injuries, what's your recovery like at the moment?
Unfortunately, I've done a bad damage to my knee, so I've done whatever I could mess up, it all messed up. So I've had one surgery that was for my meniscus, but I'm waiting for the main surgery. Hopefully soon that'll be my ACL. Then it's just a long, slow recovery. But I've got a good team around me, good physio, good rehab coach, and hopefully, inshallah, I'll be back on it soon.
Well, we wish you all the best in your recovery. And I mean, just having yourself there, your presence there, you know, you're the future of MMA for British MMA as well as British Pakistani MMA. And there's a lot of people that look up to you, especially in cities up north, all around the country. And you're definitely going to be flying the flag. And it's just great having your presence there in front of all these people. And it's just something encouraging, you know, to all these amateur fighters. They can look up to people like yourself, and you know, they should follow your footsteps. But we wish you all the best in your recovery, and you know, hopefully the future's good.
Thank you, but you need to give yourself credit as well, because I used to watch your fights.
No, but I'm the old school. We don't talk about the old school because I've gone fat. I've put weight on now, but it's all about you guys. You're the future, and we wish you all the best for that.
Do you take like a sense of pride flying the flag for a country like Pakistan and representing at the highest level and kind of inspiring the next generation?
Yeah, of course. The brother will probably tell you as well. Back in the day when I used to compete, even like the jiu-jitsu or Thai boxing competitions, there was very few Asian Pakistanis that used to do it. But now, like every show you go, there's a few that are fighting, so it's a good thing.
Anyway, back to the action here, gents. In this first title fight, boxing fight of the night.
See that nice tight guard from Ahmed. Alfie trying to throw some shots off the bat, but Again, not really breaking through too much here.
There's been a lot of southpaw versus orthodox fights.
There has been. I mean, Powell snappy with his shots there.
It's not often you see a southpaw who's as active as Powell is. Sometimes the southpaw is usually the counter fighter looking for that lead hook.
Body there from Powell. No, you're right, Ben. I mean, southpaw, I mean, not the southpaw myself, but we're always looking to counter. We're looking to, like, time the shots, such as Powell did there. Nice cross there by Powell. He's very calm, you know, he's taking centre stage.
Again, we saw the earlier boxing matches, the guys were a little bit tentative, throwing some wild punches. Now we're seeing these guys a bit more experienced. They're kind of working the ring, moving around, setting up their shots a little bit better.
With Powell, I mean, he's got the movement, you know, he's got the head movement, timing. Ahmed's kind of going back and forth, and there needs to be a bit more lateral movement there.
I think Ahmed needs to throw his backhand a bit more.
Well, Ahmed's swinging for the fences there. Again, Powell taking full advantage of the extra space which he wouldn't have in the ring, and using the cage nicely for his footwork. A tentative start by both boxers there. I mean, Powell's hands are quite low, and I think Ahmed will need to close that distance down if he's going to connect. She's very confident as Powell. I'm feeling that process in the first round there, gentlemen.
Shred, if you're in one of the guys' corners here, like say, if you're in Ahmed's corner, what would the advice you'd be giving him here? What would you be telling him to kind of look for?
I think he needs to let go a bit more. He's a bit hesitant. And I throw my backhand, especially to someone that's a southpaw. Obviously, we do MMA, but kick or the backhand would work.
Obviously, I can appreciate that with the footwork. It would be a lot different for boxers. They're going in deep. You know, for MMA guys, they're going to be looking for, you know, you might take a knee, you know, a kick coming in, very dangerous. But I think where we've seen crossover fights in MMA and boxing, the boxers always have the upper hand, because it's never the MMA guys, it's always the MMA guys crossing over to boxing, right? It's never the other way around. And they know to cross over to MMA what would happen.
Yeah, I think with that kind of crossover, the MMA guys, when they're used to being in close quarters, clinching, they know they can wrestle, they can take them down. As boxing, you get separated and it's there. And if you've got scored on a few times, then you're down already. So it's a good one to do. But hopefully that first round was a feeler out for both these guys, and now we'll start to see the kind of pace and the shots pick up a little bit.
Well, in this round,
Round two.
Second round, but I like to see Ahmed close the distance a little. He's just the shots are dropping just short. And
Again, nice him let go of that backhand a little bit more. Kind of there's 1-2s coming in.
Ahmed's going downstairs and upstairs. Letting Powell know, and I think Powell's feeling those body shots, you know.
He shakes his head, but I know sometimes you can have a good poker face. You can eat a shot and shrug it off, but you can definitely feel it.
Those body shots are taking their toll. Powell's covered up in the first standing count.
Be interested to see how Powell recovers from this now.
When as soon as those first body shots landed, you know, the face said it all. Big cross there from Powell. Ahmed's trying to take his head off. Targeting the body and the head is Ahmed. Powell applies back of his own.
Powell does a good job when he's open of moving and circling. As soon as he's backed up, he kind of just sits there like a rabbit in the headlights. I think something you don't see in boxing as much as in MMA is when they are backed up is that break to strike. MMA guys are okay with taking back because they know they can reshoot. Whereas boxing, they kind of clinch, wait for the separation.
Another body shot straight down the pipe there. That still going to get the count. Here's Powell. Saved by the bell.
Be interesting seeing how Powell recovers from this. He's got a little bit longer than the standard 10 count.
I think Ahmed knows what he needs to do here now. You know, he's going to target that body. That's the weak spot. And it's a sweet spot as well. It's just so...
I'd like to see him let go of that lead hand to work the body and then come back upstairs.
I think Powell needs to keep his man at bay, just keep moving around. Because Ahmed's aggressive. When he gets in close, he's targeting the body and the head.
So exactly what you're saying, Shreb, where he's wanted to see him let go of that backhand, and that second round there definitely was thrown a little bit more and had a lot more success with it.
I think if he takes his time and just keeps his distance a bit better, I think he'll get the stop this round.
Yeah, you'll be able to attest more than most how kind of that fight IQ in a fight is so important. Kind of having been cool, calm, collected, and choosing when to kind of pick your shots. Yeah, we heard in that second round as well. Ahmed's corner were calling body, head, body, head.
He's progressively got better and better as the rounds have gone on. Powell looking for that cross. Just fell short. Again, Ahmed going high and going low where he can.
Again, there's body shots landing nicely.
Powell's covering up well.
He's got a great guard, Powell. I think when he's backed up, I'd like to see him try and circle a little bit more. Again.
It's that body shot again, Meadows, you said.
That poker face we saw in the first round, slowly weathering.
I'm not sure if Powell's going to make the count. He's sick
Nice.
to the referee. That's the fight. And we have a winner in Ahmed from UMMA Combat in Coventry.
Yeah, and you see a lot of fighters kind of, they want that knockout win, they want the finish, but the body, that everyone thinks about aiming for the head, taking someone's head off, but the body is what weakens the head.
I mean, Manchester's own Ricky Hatton, I mean, that was his thing, you know, the body shots, the amount of boxes he put away with body shots.
Again, a good liver shot is it's going to weaken the strongest of men.
Oh, yeah. The thing with the liver shot is you get hit and then 5 seconds later you just drop. You know? Have you ever been caught with a liver shot? Sure.
Yeah. And I always say that the body shots are worse than the head shots, especially the liver.
Yeah, 100%. It's like system shutdown all in one go.
And Ahmed taking the win for his home team here in Coventry, UMMA.
Fighters to the centre of the cage, please.
Yeah, beautiful moment. Ahmed having his father in there with him.
Ladies and gentlemen, and your winner, by way of TKO, Qais Ahmed.
Keep worried about that chandelier.
I was just thinking for the main event, the big lads.
You're right. I mean, Mohammed Hijab's 6'7" tall. That
So that's our first title fight of the card, kind of UMA showing they're bringing through fighters and giving them that kind of opportunity to start winning titles. Shrev, when you were kind of coming through the ranks, how important was it for you to get used to those title fights and kind of get those extra rounds in, feel it out?
Yeah, obviously on my last 5 fights, I had to go to the IMMA, so it's good to get the experience in because I had to have 5 fights in 6 days, so that was tough, and I broke both my knuckles in the first fight.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
It's a good experience, obviously, the more rounds you do.
Again,
I always try to go for the finish, but it's good to get the rounds in.
I've done a couple of IMAs myself, and it's kind of, how have you found that as like a platform for kind of building you up to be a pro? Obviously, some of those guys, you fight some Russians over there, they've had a ridiculous number of amateur fights, and they're there with kind of 40 wins, 10 losses, they've had 50 fights, and you can go in and to fight the world's best. How have you found that process?
Congratulations, an amazing
It's been, obviously it's hard because you don't know who you're fighting.
Yep.
So
But you're a
like 2 of
wrestler.
the people I fought,
Thank you, I appreciate everything.
one's in the UFC now,
Thank you for
one's
coming,
in the PFL.
everyone.
So they're
My
all
English is
good
no
fighters,
good, but
whoever you
thank you
fight.
everyone, my friends here, everyone. UMMA Combat, UMMA, they make this fight happen. All my brothers here, thank you. My dad, everyone, thank you. Takbir! Allahu Akbar! Takbir! Allahu Akbar! Takbir! Allahu Akbar! Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Qais.
I like the belts, you know.
Yeah.
When I see a green strap, it just looks professional, doesn't it? It just makes it look like the real thing.
And like, what a great opportunity for these guys to start winning belts. And like,